Hi everybody, what's going on? Setting up chat right now. We're gonna drift around in Assetto Corsa today, and I am just getting going right now, making sure everything is working and is on point. So let's go. What's going on? Let me know what cars you want to see. If I have them, I'll give them a go. And we're gonna try and drift a little bit in Assetto Corsa, Brooklyn Park. Here we go. Let's see what it is. All right. It has been a while. I've been busy. Ooh, Swarm. I haven't even drifted the Swarm cars in God knows how long. Oh yeah, I'm real sloppy right now. But we're gonna try to fix and get back into the groove. Got too many Forza Horizon 5 habits going on right now. But we're gonna fix it all up. Going from Forza to Assetto is always a little bit of a adjustment you gotta make. But here I am, getting back to the good habits. Ooh, this is a Swarm car pack car, Toyota Chaser, the legendary. A little sloppy there, but we're adjusting. I'm trying to stay in the outside lane a little bit. I gotta get better at control. I gotta get better at maintaining the trajectory and not go in and out of lanes too much. I've been trying to improve that. See, now I got out of that just doing that or trying to do that. But that's something I gotta improve. Just like the accuracy of the drift. I can easily drift now. I can easily kind of link a course up and whatnot, but usually I take too much space in my drifting. So I'm looking for tips and ways to kind of work on precision. Just hold the line a little bit tighter with every car and not go all over the yellow line, going back and forth. Just want to practice tight road drifting, when there's no wide roads available. Some pro level drifting, that'll be really nice to do. Right now I'm outside too, but it's hard to do. Hard to do. But this Chaser is a really good car. It looks really nice. It's got this red paint on it. I think it's wonderful. Right now the force feedback on is a little bit on the tighter side. Maybe I'll reduce that real quick, and then we'll see how things go. But it feels real nice. It's beautiful. Look at that light. It's not red lights, it's white lights. It says red lights, but it's kind of like on the brighter side. The tint is kind of removed, so it looks more on the whiter side. Awesome looking car. No license plate. We're going rogue. This is a Swarm car pack. The mod. Used to be one of my favorites, the Swarm. I think it's still probably in the top 3, It's probably number 3 in the top 3. But Gravy Garage and BDC, those are the ones that take the cake for me. So we're trying to do a couple of laps here of the Brooklyn Park. This is a remastered Brooklyn Park, by the way. This is that good stuff. This is not that basic Brooklyn map, all right? This is the VIP Brooklyn Park. This is not for everybody. All right, so we got the VIP Brooklyn Park, and it's got some special places. I still like the main course the best. The main track I feel like is the best. It's the most fun. But then we've got a couple of additions in this remastered track that take us outside of this. For example, we can go up here, and then we can keep on cutting through. And there's a parallel track that's going on here. And there's also a little basketball court that I'm about to go into right there. There you go, a little zigzagging through the courts. Nobody's playing any basketball here right now while we're drifting. Sorry, guys. Look at that, man. This There's figure eights right here you can do around the hoops. Those are awesome. Oh, I just hit the bench. But there you go. Beautiful. Let me see what's going on up here in chat. Who's here? Let's do roll call. What's going on, guys? Hello, hello, hello. We want a Lamborghini out here from AU. All right, I could drift a Lamborghini AU. I got one right here for you right now. Let's go. All right, so we got the Lamborghini Murcielago drift tune right here. What's up, Vaya? What's happening? All right, here we go. This is what we're working with right now. Beautiful Murcielago drift tune, gorgeous. Let's go. All right, so this one's a little bit on the wilder side, so I gotta be real careful with it. Ooh. Yeah, throttling, gotta be real careful. We can drift it though, we can drift it real nice. You wanted a Lambo, you got yourself a Lambo, champ. Turn the lights on real quick. It's got purple lights on the front, so you can see the purple glow on the trees when the headlights hit the trees. You can see the purple glow. That's pretty dope. Purple glow looks real nice on the trees there. Alright, tearing up Brooklyn Park in the Murcielago right now. Lamborghini drift spec Murcielago. This is a mod, by the way. I'm forgetting which mod this is, but it says Liberty Walk. You know, you can hit that up, you can Google that up and find it in one of the mod outlets online. But real nice. Drift's real good. What's up, Via? Let me know what cars you guys want to see drift. We're gonna hop around, drive around right now. We're getting this Murcielago sideways. And I gotta be real careful with the throttle with this one. I'm like 10% on the throttle, I feel like. 10-20%. Anything more and it spins out. A lot of power here. Yeah, I'm like barely tapping or barely pressing on the throttle here. This is a sharper turn. Oh, we get on the grass a little bit. Let me fix that. There you go. A little bit of feathering here. Sharper turn, some more throttle, right? When you're trying to get that rear end to whip out and get closer to the inside of the curve, you want to throttle a little bit more so the car whips out or keeps spinning out in a way, but you're going to stop because you're not going to throttle. You're not going to keep pressing on the throttle. You're going to feather it. You're going to go in and out lightly so that it doesn't spin out all the way. And that's the trick to kind of remember with some of these overpowered cars, high horsepower cars. You want to make sure you're not going too hard on the throttle. You try to learn, you know, you're going to keep on spinning out, but you're trying to learn where's that point in the throttle for that specific car that doesn't allow it to fully just whip out of control. All right, you wanna know the limit of the car for the throttle. All right, and that's kind of what actually makes it challenging to learn to drift in different cars. So when you're early on, when you're learning to drift in cars early on, you want to kind of stick to one car. All right, stick to one car so you can learn it. You can learn the throttle, and what's going to happen is as soon as you get into a different car, you're going to do better than you would have, but you're going to mess up again because the new car has different dynamics. It has different throttle kind of path, you know, and spectrum, I guess you could say, like how long the throttle is, right? So all cars have like a different version of that. So you got to just find it as you're learning to drive. You're just trying to find where that sweet spot is, where you can land your foot and you could keep it there. And if anything, you could do feather in and out just a little bit, like almost there. I pretty much spun out right there because I went a little too far in the throttle, right? So this is where, you know, learning the car, the technicality of the drifting kind of comes in a little bit. You just got to know how much to give. The hands are secondary. The feet are the most important, you know, element to consider and to perfect when you're learning to drift, in my opinion and in my experience in sim racing. It's all in the feet. And I still get it wrong all the time. I mess up all the time. Right now, I'm just being extra cautious, so I'm being careful. But I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with myself for talking, explaining all this, and drifting at the same time, because usually I would not be able to do that. And finally, I didn't mess up there. So there you have it. That's the Murcielago. I think we're ready for another car. What's going on, everybody? Hit a sub, hit a like. That helps out. Thanks for joining in. Let's pick up a different car. We're doing Swarm today. We're doing BDC today, and we're doing Gravy Garage. All right. So in between, if there's a car that you want to see me drift, let me know in chat, and I'll try to find it and hit that up. But right now, we just finished up with the Murcielago, and we're about to hit up something else. I don't know what, but let's hop back into Swarm. Let's go through Swarm first, then we'll go to BDC, and then we'll go to Gravy. All right, back to Swarm. We already hit up the Chaser. All right, what else do I have in Swarm that I really like? Let me go ahead and find out. We got the MX-5. And what else we got? In Swarm, I also got the Corvette. That's one of my top ones in Swarm. I love the Swarm Corvette. All right, so we'll do the Corvette, the Swarm car pack Corvette, the Z6. I believe it's a 2002, and then we'll go back and do the last Swarm car, which is going to be the MX-5, another one of my favorites. Let's go to dawn, like early morning. Oh man, this one sounds so good. This is amazing. Oh, definitely different. See, as soon as you switch on to a different car. Oh yeah, we need a second. Yeah, a little bit more aggressive throttling here is needed because the acceleration is not as quick as the Lamborghini. The Lamborghini was kind of like a lot easier in that way because the throttling, the power was just right there. Here, you gotta go in a little bit, and you're seeing me popping out on the revs there, right? I'm hitting the limiter real hard. Woo! That was an aggressive rebound. Woo! Oh, got a little bump, got a little bump. Got a little ding. Really awesome. Great car. Sounds so good. Looks so good. Slides so good. And there you have it, the Corvette linked up the track. Alright, let's finish this lap and we'll switch out again. And we're almost done with the swarm pack. Real smooth. Beautiful. There you go. Swarm Pack Corvette mod. Real nice drift. I really like this Corvette. Super smooth, super nice. Second gear is a little bit, you know, on the weaker end for me, but in this particular track, that's all you need. Even though I'm topping out very often, I think it does work. Third gear just becomes too the acceleration on the the lower end, I mean, on the RPM, is not that great, so you tend to die out on the drift more often in third. So second really is the best one for me in this track, because there's just a lot of corners. There's every second there's a corner, so you don't have a lot of straights, so you can't pick up speed and start drifting and use that momentum of the speed to kind of keep drifting. So that's not an opportunity you get a lot here in Brooklyn Park Remastered. So you stay in the red a lot, but it works. You're still in drift, you're maintaining drift, you're creating a lot of smoke, and you're doing good, you're having a good time, and it's smooth. The handling is real good, the force feedback feels real good, real realistic, nice feeling of just the drift overall. I'm into it. Look at that. The big corner. Crushing it. Under the tunnel. No problem. We go to the outside edge. Get closer to the inside edge here. Up the hill. That's the hard, tricky part. You can definitely miss that up. If it's kind of like a jump. It's like a little bump that you have to get to. And every time there's a bump, you want to get into the inside edge of it, so that you can easily climb up and over. If you're on the outside of it, the car's gonna swing out a little too much. That's what I've learned the hard way. When it's uphill, you get closer to the right when you start drifting, because the car's automatically gonna get pushed out by the bump. So there you go. That's the Corvette. Beautiful car, beautiful drift. Look at that. Real nice job on the design end of it too. The aesthetics look real great. The white rims are beautiful. I think everything looks real nice on this build. If we turn the lights on and we go nighttime a little bit, let's go down here. Right, here's what it looks like. The lights pop out. It's gorgeous. They don't pop out all the way. They got that little Sleepy Joe kind of a feel to it, and it looks real nice. All right, we'll do a little lap like this because I like the way the skies are looking right now, and with the purples and all that, it just looks real nice. So let's go. The smoke, the red, the purple skies, the yellow car. I mean, there's just a lot going on, and it's beautiful out here. So we're gonna try Brooklyn Park remastered, evening time, as it's getting dark, as the sun is going down, you know, early hours of the evening, and it's looking pretty good. And look at the inside of the car. The dash is looking real nice. It's lit up. The details, you just gotta appreciate. Well done, developers, for an old game like this. Making cars that look new, that feel new, that drive so great. It's just incredible. That's why everybody loves Assetto Corsa. And they drive so nice, so realistic. Simulation feels real great. And we're out here just swinging, slipping and sliding. Brooklyn Park, here we go. Alright, that one's nice and tight on the inside. This one I'm gonna keep outside, stay behind the yellow. There you go. Maintain momentum in the lane, not stepping out or trying not to. A little loose over there. E-brake, let's correct a little bit to go up the hill here. There we go. Back in the lane. And we're back. Tight corner. Left foot braking to make that adjustment real quick. Coming from a big corner to a small corner is always a transition. You got to maintain or manage your speed a little bit. And you got to also get the right angle. Like here too. This one is a tricky one because you're coming a little bit on the heavy side on the throttle, so you're picking up speed, and all of a sudden you get that sharp corner and you need to make that adjustment real fast. All right, so left foot braking helps over there too to adjust that angle to get the car turning a little bit faster than it would on its own. Left foot braking is just so great. And then we're back in the big corner. That's the biggest corner up the hill. Yeah, this is a nice angle I got for the hill. That's what you want to do, actually. That was pretty good. That's how you want to take that corner. And this too right here. We're a little bit on the wider side. I should be on the inside, but it's a pretty clean line. All right. There you go, another linking of the track. Another big corner done. And this is that tricky corner again, up a hill. I had to adjust with the e-brake because I had the wrong line there for a minute. And there you go. Very nice. The Corvette Swarm Car Pack. My favorite Corvette in the car pack. So let's do one more Swarm car and then we'll switch to BDC. My current, I would say number 1. Let's go. All right, so we got the MX-5 next. This is the last Swarm car we're going to try right now. I will keep the lights on. We'll keep this evening. Oh man, sounds so good. And we're gonna stay in second. I don't know how this one goes. There you go. Been a while. Haven't driven these swarm cars in a long time. Ever since I kind of discovered BDC, and you know, I've been kind of just driving BDC and Gravy Garage. So this is gonna be a little bit of a learning curve once again. Refresh our memory, see how this thing goes, and then we'll take it from there. So a couple of just, you know, practice laps. Did I go third? Alright, so this one feels like wants to be in third. And it looks pretty good doing third. Getting really good angles. Ooh. This one's a little bit more on the volatile side. Bit of a crazy little car. But I'm getting used to it. Third gear definitely is the right one. Ooh, yeah, real nice. Wow. This one does require a bit more of the concentration on my part. I can't just swing it around with as much comfort as I was doing with the other cars. This one feels like, oh, I gotta stay on top of it. Gotta be careful on every corner. Because it's so tiny, it really slides off very fast. So if you don't have the right speed, or if you're not careful with your braking, it's gonna slide out real quick. It's gonna slip out. But that's why you have the e-brake. You can use the handbrake to kind of get it back in check. Man, does feel good though. Does sound really good. Looks really good. That mint green is beautiful. Almost slipped out again. See, that's the trick with this car. All right, let me pause here for a second and turn some lights up. The dark drift has been pretty good, pretty fun. Let's hop in and get into some sunlight. All right, there you go. Nice and bright now. There you go. Let's go. Very nice. That felt pretty good. Sharp corner right here, and then we're gonna go uphill there. Right here. This one can be tricky because it's long. Yeah, real long. All that smoke, sun going down, but back in the distance there, we got a little overcast. Some gray clouds up top. Man, this little Miata though, it's really fun. It's just so engaging, this car, compared to some of the other ones that are more on the cruise kind of chill side, you know, chill drift. They don't require a lot of work or anything like that. Once you get into the groove, you don't have to really do a lot. You know, you kind of keep things on repeat there, and it just keeps on drifting nicely. This one, it's got a little bit of a personality. It wants to do things, and if you get too comfortable, you're gonna end up in a corner where you have the wrong speed, or the angle's a little bit too aggressive, and then all of a sudden you're out of control. So definitely very interesting. See, I just did that. Oh, almost lost it. Hold on, what's Brent talking about? What's up, Brent? All right, Brent is saying, all right, Brent, you just talking about a real big topic right now, Brent. How much time you got, Brent? Because we could talk about this all night, Brent. All right, so Assetto Corsa is just a beast of a game to kind of have to make it work for you. All right, so everything you see online for Assetto Corsa are all mods. They're all modifications. All right, so these are all mods that people have installed to make the game look like it does. Like right now, the car that I have that I'm driving is a mod. This is called the Swarm Car Pack. It's a Swarm Drift Car Pack. You can Google it. It's free. You can get those cars. I think it's like 20 cars, 20 or 30 cars in the car pack. They're all drift cars. I'm right now showcasing my top 3 from that, and this is the third one from the top 3. We tried the Corvette and we tried the Toyota Chaser, and this one is the MX-5. Now all of these came from a download, which is the Swarm Car Pack download. All right, so you got to get that. You download that, and then how do you get it into your game? Well, you need an app. Basically, it's a launcher, and it's called Content Manager. You download Content Manager. It's also free. Get it in Content Manager. Once you have it installed, you don't have to do a whole lot, but you basically drag and drop the car file that you downloaded into Content Manager, and Content Manager automatically gets the car added to the list of your inventory, and now you have the car. All right, now in terms of the weather and the colors you see and the skies and all that, this stuff, there's another thing. When you download Content Manager, you're gonna have to download one other thing for the weather. It's usually, most people pick Sol, S-O-L. You can use that as your main weather manager within Content Manager. So basically, the original Assetto Corsa is not even the game that most people play. You need that game to kind of modify it, right? You need the main file for the game in order for you to create your mods or add your mods, but that's about it. That's why you need the game. You need the main game. Once you have the main game, you got to download Content Manager, you got to download your Sol, the weather, and then you got to download any car packs that you want. And most of the stuff is basically freely available online, so go for it. But you can try to go for the paid versions too if you want some more features. For example, right now what I have for weather is not Sol. I have something called Pure, P-U-R for short, but it's also spelled Pure. But this is a mod that you have to buy. It's like $2, okay? Once you get it, you can do a lot of things. For example, I'll show you right now. Let's go nighttime and change the skies up a little bit. All right, right now if I step out, all right, zooming out so you'll see everything, right? You see the skies and everything. I can make it nighttime and the skies will change. Skies, look at that, the colors changing, right? We're getting nice purples and blues and all of that, and the lighting, I mean, it just looks gorgeous at certain times. All right, And then you can at will basically change the weather whenever you want. Okay, so this is what we'll go with. And then let's go back. All right, and this is now the time of day that I'm working with, and I can change it any time. This is the kind of stuff. All right, what's Chris saying? Is this capable for speed laps or only drifting? No, this is actually a pretty fast car. It doesn't just spin out on your own, right? Like I'm in 4th gear right now. I mean, it could get up to 50 miles per hour just in, I think, 2nd gear, and then in 3rd probably gets up to 70, 80. Yeah, so it's pretty good. Like as you can see, it's not like spinning out. Right? So I'm going through these very sharp corners. Usually I'm drifting around them, and it's a really nice car. So a lot of the Swarm cars, I feel like they do work well as regular drivers for fast racing also. But anyway, so going back to some weather stuff. Let's say we want some snow. There you go. Now you got some snow. Actually, let's turn on some lights because snow is really hard to kind of see. There you go. Oh. There you go, some snow. And you see the tires got some waterfall effect going on, which is really cool. A lot of details. So the weather is really nice. I like, oh, there you go. I had a little glitch too. So there are some patches once in a while you feel when you're downloading all these mods that some things don't add up right, don't look right, don't work right. But that's just, you know, mod life. If you want mods, that's the kind of stuff that can happen. But I like Pure a lot. I also like a filter, the Aegis 13 filter for lighting. That looks really nice. So, you know, options are endless. That's the beauty of mods, right? So if you're into mods, once you get into that world of modifying the game, man, the opportunities, the options, they're just endless. There's just so many things you can do. It's incredible. All right, so that's how you get it. All right, that's how you get it. Let's go back. Let's go to rain. The snow's acting funky right now. It's usually not like this. It might be the map that I'm using right now. That's a little bit crazy. But let's go to just regular rain. Light drizzle, drizzle, light rain. Okay, let's go to rain. It's gonna take a minute to change from snow to rain, but the road gets pretty wet. Alright, so spend a lot of time in the Mazda, I feel like. I think it's time to kind of switch out and go to BDC. BDC has so many great cars. The BDC mod, especially the V6. They have a V4 mod and a V6. The V6 is my favorite. I think they really fine-tuned those cars. Very nice. They could probably do a better job with, you know, the liveries and the colors and all that, but as far as, you know, just the feel of the car is concerned, they look so good. They're so much fun. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up and start exploring BDC a little bit, which is my current #1 for drifting. My #1 car mod right now for drifting is BDC V6. My #2 is Gravy Garage. But Gravy Garage is kind of like a tie with BDC for me, really. It's like a, you know, #2 was by a very, very narrow margin. I really love the Gravy Garage. That's how I learned drifting in Assetto Corsa, through Gravy Garage cars. It's definitely the easiest, I feel like, in terms of learning how to drift. So if you're newer, go for Gravy Garage. Gravy Garage cars make it a little bit easier for you to learn. All of them drift in the 2nd gear. So second gear is more than enough for all these little tracks that we have for drifting, you know, like Brooklyn Park, the drift track itself that comes stock with the game, I think. You know, just the regular drift track. You can go there. I really enjoy all these tracks. And Gravy Garage in second gear will give you all of it. Like everything you need to drift, you get in second gear. All right, let's switch out. Let's pick a car from BDC. All right, so this is the AE86 in BDC V6 car pack that I really like. It's got the Lamborghini door situation going on. Really cool looking skin, cool looking car. When we go here, yep, right up there. We're gonna turn the rain off so we can start seeing some of the stuff here a little bit more clearly in all of its glory. All right, here you go. This is a BDC. What's up, Brent? Oh, Brent, I was looking at your chat and I crashed. Brent, you don't need to buy a premium edition on anything, man. Everything works really well without premium editions. There are certain things that you might want because you're like, oh, I want the graphics to look a little bit different, a little bit more options and stuff like that. Then you could buy the premium editions. But first, try everything for free, because whatever's available for free is already amazing. Oh my god, BDC is so much better than Swarm, I think. So much easier. Easier to initiate. I got into third there. Once I, you know, picked up some momentum, I went in third gear. I think third is more than enough. The car just feels so much more grounded in BDC. It's just, you know, so much more realistic. The bumps, the feels are just great. BDC does a great job. And just like that, we linked the track up first try. I mean, these cars are just that great. So much easier to control because they're so much more predictable. They behave like cars in real life a lot more, I feel like. And if you've driven, you kind of learn the cars a little bit better. You learn the drift a little bit better with this. I really, really appreciate these cars. These are awesome cars. There's another question. Let me get to that real quick. Oh, the wheel question. All right. The wheel question also involves a little bit of an elaboration about the different pieces, right? Different components. So we got the wheel base, right? The wheel base right back here. The wheel base is the Phonetic CSL DD, 8 Newton meter. That's the base I got. Because when I first got into a direct drive system, this is my first base from that system and only so far. All right, so CSL DD was a bundle, a package. I bought that. The reason why I went with Phonetic CSL DD is because I thought there were a lot more options for customization later that were available for the Fnatic ecosystem than Moza at the time. Moza has come a long way since then, and they've grown a lot, and a lot of people use Moza, and I feel like Moza is a great choice also. No knock on that either. I just went with Fnatic because I felt there were more options, and if in the future I wanted to switch things up, get some new things, upgrade, blah blah blah, I felt like Fnatic had more options at the time. And at the time, Moza really didn't have much. They really just had the R3 and the R5 and the R9, I think, and that was it. There weren't a lot of wheel options and stuff like that. And the R3 was what was in my financial range, but the R3 only had 3 Newton meters of force feedback and power. So I was like, for the same amount of money, I'm getting my Fnatic CSL DD, which was $400 also, and it was 5 Newton meter, and it had the option to turn the same base into 8 Newton meters if you paid extra to get a power brick that would allow it to output more power, and you could boost it up to 8 Newton meters. So that's the reason why I went with Fnatic, and it was a good choice. I'm really happy with it. Now the wheel that it came with, the actual steering wheel, was different. It's whatever the stock wheel comes with. You know, I upgraded the wheel when I bought it to like a BMW logo wheel, which had, you know, these orange pedal shifters, and you know, it was a really nice wheel. I still have it. I didn't get rid of it because I still enjoy that wheel, and I want to have that wheel as an option. But this wheel I got after the fact, after my first year and a half later, I bought this wheel. This is the Fnatic Club Sport RS wheel that I'm using right now. It's fully leather wrapped, and it just looks really nice. I really like how it looks. I like the black and white, and the stitching feels real good. The quality feels really good, and it's got magnetic pedal shifters. Okay, it doesn't have the other kinds of you know, the lower quality pedal shifters. It's got the magnetic pedal shifters, which I really like. Also, they're nice and big. Got distracted there for a second, and they're very responsive, very clicky. Got a little, you know, a lot more buttons. Also, you got some you got 2 joysticks. You got a little joystick here, and what they call a funky switch also, which is very nice to have. Yeah, it's more a pro level wheel, but it's really fun. I really enjoy it. But yeah, so this is a pretty big upgrade from the first wheel, and you know, that's what I got, and I'm happy with it. I think the next upgrade, if I ever do one, it's probably gonna be maybe the Pro 12 Newton meter or 13 Newton meter wheelbase. Maybe I'll go for that one day. Right now, that's not happening in the near future. Before I go and upgrade my wheel, I'm probably gonna go and upgrade my PC a little bit. Probably gonna get a better graphics card to handle more intensive graphics and stuff like that. So I think I'm pretty much done with the upgrades here to the system, but I got the Fnatic system because of the upgrade. Yeah, the Moza R12, man, sounds great. Like I said, Moza is great, and they've come up with some really cool looking stuff, man. You know, the funny thing is, after I got my Fnatic stuff, Moza started coming out with like these brand new wheels and brand new packages, and I was like, oh, come on, man, I just got Fnatic, and now Moza's coming out with all this good looking stuff. Now I already bought my system. So it was kind of sad for me, because I did feel like Moza did have a lot of good things going on for it too. For example, they had the wheel slide system, the easy wheel swap system, which my wheel didn't have, and I had to pay extra aftermarket to kind of install this gold wheel slide that you might be able to see right here. I'm pointing at it. Oh, the camera's here, right? This the gold wheel slide right here, to easy, you know, pull and swap wheel kind of situation. This was not stock. I had to install it. I had to buy the parts and install it on my own. So anyway, Moza was coming with this wheel slide stock. So, you know, there was definitely some good stuff about Moza that I was missing out on when I bought the Fanatic, but I really was thinking long term, and I felt at the time that for my long term vision, Fanatic fits the bill more, because I was planning on, you know, switching things up a little bit from time to time, and so far I've been able to do that, and I'm really happy with it. And I think Moza is very good too, and I think you're gonna have a great time with that wheel. So cheers and congrats on that. Enjoy it. It's gonna be great. All right, we're gonna switch out to another car. So that was the first BDC car. I got so many favorite BDC cars. I've made so many videos on this stuff, so you know it's kind of like on repeat. But let's go ahead and see what other cars there are in BDC that I like. Let me maybe either the Nissan or something maybe I haven't driven as much. Maybe I'll pick. All right, we got the BMW E36. I don't think I've driven this in a while, so let's hop into that and see what that gets us. All right, here we go. A little bit of cloud cover. Oh boy, this one's an aggressive one. Real nice though. Heavy. Feels heavy. Ooh, yeah, feels heavy, feels tight. I like a heavy car though in drifting, because you could really pull the e-brake and you can really, you know, turn it. You don't have to worry too much about oversteer. With a heavy car, I feel like there's less likelihood of you really messing it up and spinning it all out, because it takes so long to kind of just glide over, because the car is a little bit on the heavier side. And I'm liking this. I like a big car to drift. I'm not necessarily just a tiny car fan. Like, I don't have a bias toward tiny cars. A lot of people like really small cars to drift. I do too. Don't get me wrong, my favorite is the Miata Street from the Gravy Garage car pack, which is like the smallest possible car. But I do like a bigger car once in a while. Now this is also a two-door, but it's definitely, you know, on the bigger side. Slightly longer wheelbase than the A86, the AE86. So you feel that difference, which is kind of nice. It's nice that you feel this nuanced level of difference between cars. That's what I love about Assetto Corsa. I feel like, you know, when the mods are done right, you can really see and feel the difference both in driving and in visuals. You know, the metrics, the gameplay, this feels real unique to each car, which I really enjoy. Other car games try to do that too, but they don't do as well a job. Alright, so the black Beamer is doing great. Oh, was doing great. Spoke too soon. Alright, so this is the black Beamer. Looks real nice. Beautiful looking car. Man, that felt really good. And this too right here, these angles that this car gets are pretty intense. Wow. Woo! All that smoke. The whole park is filled with smoke. Look at that. Look at all that smoke. It looks kind of red as the light goes through, passes through the sun rays. It's pretty dope. All right. Hold on. Hey Brent, I most likely I'm gonna be live again Saturday night and or Sunday night. I'll see you then. Thanks for joining in. Hit us up, man. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your new system whenever you're getting it. Good luck. Alright, I'm about to cut through right here. And we're about to go to the basketball court again. Oh, not there. Oh, we got this down here too. I forgot about this. Look at this. This is a nice little drift course also. It's like a mini course. Lets you do some figure eights right here. Right next to the park. Woo! Let's go. All right, let's go outside the park. Ooh, over the curve. Yes, baby. Ha ha. I love this like city driving feel that it gives you. Alright, and the basketball courts are here. We're gonna go through the benches. Oh, bench, another bench. Ah, crash. Let's cut through these benches here. Oh man, I can't do a nice flow. Hold on. Okay. All right, second gear is it. There you go. There you go. Around the basketball courts. And then this one. Let's go. Through the benches here. Around the basketball hoop. Alright, through the benches here. And, oh, I messed up. The rear of the car smashed into the benches, but a lot of fun. All right, let's hop into one more car. Man, we've gone quite a long time today. So let me go ahead. Maybe we won't get to Gravy Garage, but maybe we'll just do one car from Gravy Garage. All right, let's hit up one of my favorites from BDC, and then we'll go to Gravy. Let's go. All right, we got the S13 with a crazy looking skin on it. Let's go ahead and hit that up. We got a little toot action going on here. There you go. Woo! Man. There you go. Woo! Really, really awesome. Crushing these corners. This S13 is just amazing. One of my favorites, easily in top 5 of all the cars that I have in terms of drifting. It's just incredible. I love this car. Yep. We'll take that sharp corner too. Go uphill a little bit. A little bit of a wrestling match here with the car, but I like it. I like it when you gotta engage with the car a little bit and muscle it around a little bit. And this car kind of gives you that opportunity, and I like it. Woo! Oh man, I could do this all day, but we gotta stop because we got a couple of other cars we want to try out before we hit up or call. Oh, did I just break everything? Look at that. Oh, look at that. Went through the concrete there. Stuck. All right. Great opportunity to kind of switch out. Woo! That was awesome. All right, next up. All right, we got ourselves a Mustang, and after this, we're going to try a Shelby. And then after the Shelby, we're going to go into our Gravy Garage car. Yes, bring it. Let's go. Okay. There you go. So there's the Mustang. Another BDC classic. Really awesome. Great drifter. Great control. Great slide. Great angles. Amazing. All done. All right, let's hop into the Shelby, the 500 GT, and then we'll get into our next car pack, which is Gravy Garage. All right, so this one is not my favorite or anything, but this is a recent car that I just got. It's like a separate mod by itself. It's not affiliated with anything that I know of. None of the big brands, none of the big names, but it's just a car that I came across and I downloaded it and I kind of really enjoyed it. I'm not very good at it yet, but you know, just wanted to see how it is. All right, here we go. It also sounds really good. Woo! Woo! Real soft steering. I could probably up the force feedback on this a little bit. I'm not feeling it to be very responsive right now, so let me tune that up a little. I brought the feedback up to 70 for the car. Let's see if that makes a difference. Yeah, definitely a little bit better. Probably could do more. 75, 80 would be nice, maybe. Yeah, but I feel like I have more control now because I can sense more of the feedback. Force feedback is really important to have. I don't know how some people just have dead steering wheels, fully loose, just spinning out like crazy. I don't know what kind of pleasure you get out of that, but I like some force feedback. Alright, so there's a Shelby for you. A little bonus car, you know, recently discovered, and it's a pretty good one. I'm enjoying it. right, we're ready for Gravy Garage, I think. You got it. You got the point here. It's a good car. I'm going to keep tweaking and keep playing with it. Keep tuning it and see if we can get it to a place where I feel like really, really am a big fan of it. Right now, I'm starting to like it a lot. I really like how it looks, actually. I think the sound is really good. And there's a lot of opportunity here for us to kind of play around and make this car into a real monster. It looks so good. I mean, it's just amazing. Beautiful looking car. All right, let's go to our last one. We'll go to Gravy Garage now, and then we'll wrap up. Gravy Garage coming up. Man, there's so many cars in Gravy Garage that I love. It's going to be real hard to choose one. But guess what? Got to do what we got to do. Let's go to Gravy Garage. Oh man, I have so many cars here that I've listed as 5 stars, 4 stars. Man, tough to pick one. The BMWs are so nice. Oh, everything is so good. Hard to choose. But, you know, if I had to choose one, it has to be my straight Miata because that's my #1 car. This is my #1 drift car. Full 5 stars on this. 100% clutch. All right. Look at this. Now switch up some of the clouds. There you go. I like that orange and purple and gray a little bit. Let's turn on the lights here. Ooh, yellow lights. And so this is the Miata Street from Gravy Garage, guys. And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, you need to get to know. All right, this is car numero uno, the OG, the best of the best. You get in this car and basically the drifting is gonna be like therapy. This is therapeutic right here. So smooth, so nice, so predictable, so maneuverable, so hard to mess up. It's a really great car. It's tiny. You have more room to make an error and fix an error. Look at this. You can initiate very early with this car too, and just take it around. So nice, so smooth. I can crush Brooklyn Park or any map all day in this little thing. It's just that much fun. It doesn't get old. Right there was a little bit of oversteer, but still was able to get out of that, fix the angle, no problem whatsoever. Really an awesome car. It looks real nice in black also. It's got those Sleepy Joe eyes. Look at this. Woo! Incredible. All right, let's go to the outside. Right, let's go to this. We didn't really explore the outside track at all. Oh, that's why. It's invisible. Well, they're not invisible, but they're just hard to see. Let me turn the light up. Okay, there you go. A little bit more light. You can see those black fences a little bit better. And there you go, just like that. There you go. We're back out on the street. Hit the curb a little bit. Beautiful. Drifts so nice. And then here, we can go down here somewhere. Where's the opening to go down? Right here. And we enter the park back here again. And you can go down there. All right, here we go. Just like that. Woo! Look at that. All right, let's go up. And then we got the basketball course, which we're gonna go to next. Look at that. Ooh, a little bump, a little bump. That's the end of it, friends. So there's the Mazda Miata, the Miata Street from Gravy Garage. My favorite #1 car in terms of drifting. Beautiful, awesome. Let me know what you think about these. Thanks for everybody who joined. Thank you for subbing and liking. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Peace.